Check. There's no one there. I haven't smoked this one in a while.
I haven't. I don't think I. No, I haven't either.
Now, I will say, I do wish he called the bundle something different. So for those of you who obviously aren't watching us, we're smoking like the original HVC Pan Caliente, like the regular long filler box of, what is it, box of 25? Box of 20, 25?
25 Toro.
Yeah. And which is one of my favorite cigars that he makes. And it's one of my favorite cigars ever. And then he makes the mixed filler bundle, the Connecticut, and then the Habano, which is our private label, which are so, so good. I mean, good for any cigar, but especially at that price point being a mixed fill. They're excellent. But I don't know why he called them both Pan Caliente.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for me to figure out a new name for this episode, but since we we smoked that one a while ago, and we had him on, I believe, in like the springtime.
Yeah, do Pan Caliente and then parentheses like the first one.
There we go.
And then he has the hot cakes.
Yes.
Which means
Pan
in
Caliente,
Spanish it's Pan Caliente. Well, actually, that would mean is pan means cake or does it also mean bread?
Hot pan, hot bread.
Isn't pan like I'm thinking like Panera.
Yeah.
See, word association. That's why you take Latin
Yes.
like I did.
Yes.
How was your trip?
It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
You still seem exhausted.
Yeah, just because I'm never stopping, but it was good. We the family went to Bermuda on a cruise. I've never been on a cruise. It was very interesting. Have you ever been on one before?
No, I'm not going on those death traps. What are you talking about?
Everyone,
Ever since the Andrea Doria.
Everyone has the same exact reaction. People I'm surprised have that.
Did anybody get sick out of your family? No one picked up a cold, nothing.
Well, yeah. We've only been home a week.
Oh, but then, yeah.
So, I mean, we're good, yeah, but Jess was still, I guess, technically still seasick. Like, she felt the motion, but...
was she seasick the whole time?
No. It's just she felt when we got off the cruise, she still felt like the rocking. I didn't.
Her equilibrium is
when we docked, I felt it. But I've been told that you never feel the boat move really. But we left out of New Jersey. And I think the water was just rougher. Because people who've left out of Florida, they say the water is just super smooth. So it was
not
fun.
Recently, it hasn't been.
No.
You were out of there before any trouble, right?
Yeah, we didn't. I don't think we had no rain. The ocean didn't seem to be any like stronger than it was on the way down. It was great. Did
you go scuba diving?
No. I wanted to go snorkeling, but where we were on the beach, like I could see the water was super clear, so I could just see the fish swimming by me. Peyton loved that. Kept calling one Dory just because it was blue. But the weather was just nice. The people on the cruise, because Anthony was telling me when you go, you have the same set of waiters every night, and every night's a different theme, food theme. One was French, Italian, Caribbean, Mexican. So you have the same waiters, so you get to kind of really know them. And
you had to hit the buffet though.
Oh. Dude, there was a first dinner, and then there was our dinner time. And I
would not
at
go
that first dinner.
I don't think I would go to a sit-down dinner the entire. I'm just going to because it's like a 24-hour buffet. Like the buffet is just always there.
Yeah,
or a buffet is always
there. It's like from 7:30 to 11, then 11:30 to 3, then dinner's like 5 to 9. And it's just, but then
what if you wanted something?
There's a pizzeria open until there's an ice cream shop, and then there's a sandwich shop open until 3 a.m.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what if you wanted something at like 11:30 at night?
Yeah, pizza sandwiches. So that's open from like 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. So they have no time off. But it was a really good time.
How good is the buffet? Like, does the buffet have everything? And it's good quality. It's
so
not like
whatever
old
it's
country.
like, the theme in the buffet and restaurants match. So if it's like
they have like an Italian buffet.
They had
Tell me what was in the Italian buffet.
They had fried diavolo, chicken parm, eggplant, lasagna, baked ziti, spaghetti, and then you had either your regular sauce, pesto, and then they had at dinner they had linguine and clams, which was It's just so good. But then the buffet, garlic bread. But they had food for
There
everybody.
had to be a vodka sauce floating around.
Yes, there was vodka. Sorry, yes, there was a vodka.
There was a vodka sauce.
There was a vodka
somewhere.
sauce there too. But there's just so many options. Like they had all these. They had stations for like what Peyton wants to eat, but she loves pasta and all that. They had so many like desserts. Like I love cookies, so I was just at the cookie bar. The breakfast had like lox and bagels. I love that. It was
good waffles. Like,
big French
waffle.
toast, waffles, bacon.
And then
no one's judging you because they had. I felt like this was my opportunity to shine. They had a belly flop contest, and you had guys there, like weighing in at 375. 305, like they're heavier than me and they're just shining. They get medals. But I played basketball on the cruise. I played dodgeball.
Did you show them what was up?
I did.
Take him to the hoop.
Our team lost. I teamed up with this couple, this boy and girl, and we won the first game like barely because you just play 8 straight minutes and you have to call your own fouls. And my teammate's like, "Oh, I didn't know that." I was like, "Yeah, you're getting hacked. Like fucking call." So we ended up winning 6-3. But this kid like accidentally jabbed me in the side and I'm still hurting. So that just shows you how when we play, we're all nice to each other, but it just goes to show how old I'm getting. Yeah. And then the second game, we were up big and then they just decided to turn it. It was 3 friends. They just decided to turn it on and we lost, but it was fun. It was a good time. Dodgeball was a lot of fun. Like everyone's like, I haven't played dodgeball since like middle school.
Well, you can play because you're out in international waters.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But there was a rule. If you throw it overboard, your team's disqualified. And like 2 minutes in, our teammate, like I said, I just showed up with random people. Jess went to bingo, did her own thing. Someone threw it overboard, and then he just walked away. And my one teammate's like, I shouldn't have trusted him. Who the hell's wearing pants in Bermuda or jeans in Bermuda? So it was just, it was a good time. A lot of random people.
You went to shore a lot?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I probably say I wouldn't. I would be so afraid of missing the boat back. I probably just sat in the boat the whole time.
Well, Jess says like there's some people who go on cruises that don't ever leave the boat, and I look at it like, why would you need to? Mm-hmm. Like I'm in Bermuda, I want to explore, but you have everything there. You have a casino if you want to go gambling. You have a piano bar with a guy who's crushing it.
The rooms
with
are
covers. Nice. Very small, but just because Jess said we got to do 2 things next time, like splurge for a balcony, and go like a day or 2 longer. Because the good thing about the rooms without a balcony is it's pitch black. So I don't know if you like that. I could sleep. I sleep so well when it is pitch black. So
but I want a little window. I want to see the ocean.
That too. That's me. I'd prefer a view. Apparently you can't they had cigars under the stars every night on like the 11th deck. So I got to go see there. I was talking about cigar. They had Oliva, Monte Cristo, Gurkha. Sorry for the face, but
you should have given him like the captain your card and be like, you need wholesale. You let me know. I'll take care of it.
Yeah, you should have. But then when we got off the boat, there was a little stand by the shops that had cigars, and I was wearing my foundation shirt, and I was like talking to him about cigars, and Jess is like, I feel like he kind of like respected you because you knew what you were talking about. I was like, well, yeah. She's like, yeah, but you had that foundation shirt. I was like, yeah, but maybe any idiot could wear a foundation shirt. Like I was asking him questions.
Lady, I'm respected.
Even Jess was like, is that the Drew Estate logo? And he's like, yeah, it is. Like he was surprised Jess knew. Jess was like, that's the only card I had. Like I don't know anyone else.
No, you see, I'm a respected man in my field.
But it was fun. Was
it what kind of was it? Carnival?
It was Royal Caribbean.
Royal Caribbean. Carnival's like the party one.
Yeah. But who was I telling today? I think I was telling Bobby today that there's these there's so many different types of people on cruises. It's families, right, where all the husbands look dead inside. I didn't. I was having a great time.
Except for me, I was
some husbands were just like empty inside. You either had a group of girls going or a group of young guys going. There's never and then some couples without kids. I met a guy there who was a massive Knicks fan, and we sat there and talked over a cigar for 45 minutes, and both his wife and Jess were just like, are we done yet? Can we just stop? I'm like, all right. Like we had dinner, so that's the only reason I stopped talking. But it was a good time. It was my first time. I wasn't as. My mom kept asking me, "Are you nervous? Are you nervous?" I'm like, I mean, it's
not gonna sink.
If this is the way I go out, this is the way I go out.
Yeah.
But Bermuda's beautiful. I mean, I don't think they're gonna bring you any. We didn't do many excursions because they do cost like an arm and a leg, and Peyton's too young for swim with the dolphins or.
You got to pay for the excursions.
Mm-hmm. We had to pay to do the beach.
So to get on a little dinghy and then just take you to a beach, you got to pay for that.
yeah, nothing is like you had to pay for Wi-Fi. Nothing, and I don't like I said. I'm not sure how cruises were, like how all
Well,
inclusive
I
they were.
I always knew that you had to pay for the liquor separately.
Yeah,
But or like you can pay for like per drink, like normally,
Yeah.
or if you wanted to have it included in your inclusive like food,
and it
you
was
had
worth
to-
it. The package was worth it.
How much was the package? You know what I'm asking? Like $300 a person.
Yep.
Not terrible.
No.
How much?
We did the math.
You can
it
cut this
costed no. We did the math with everything. It for Jess and I, it cost anywhere. It cost $2,000 with everything.
It's not bad at all.
With the baby, she was essentially free. Like we just had to pay fees.
$2,000
for
each
her.
or $2,000 altogether.
$2,000 total.
That's not bad.
You're not getting that at
That's the
Disney.
last one I spent in fucking Portland.
Yeah, you're not getting that in Disney.
Yeah.
Right, and the food is halfway deep. Like I got steak. I was enjoying.
I
that.
might
The
recommend.
food
I don't know if Megan's a cruise lady. I might ask her because like I've been very against cruise, but I might do that as long as I tell them like we're not leaving the boat. Like I'm getting Tony Soprano shirts, shorts, and like boat shoes, and I'm walking around with a cigar. I'm gonna go to all the buffets,
Yep.
and then I'm gonna be in bed by 9 o'clock.
Dude, you don't need to. You like. So when the first day we were in Bermuda, we went to the shops for 2 hours, and Jess is like, "I'm just gonna let you know, like, the pool is going to be empty." I was like, "Really?" She's like, "Everyone's out." So we went back, and there was nobody there. It was like, I was like, "Wow!" Like it was a good call because it was really hot the first day we were in Bermuda. So like we were at the pool, like, and Peyton was like with another kid. I went to go swim in the pool. There was nobody there. It was a really fun experience. I would do it again. I was telling Adele about it. She's like, I'm not, you know me, I would never go on a cruise. Like it's scary.
Dude,
and
she'd be in the brig in 15 minutes.
And
Why is the boat turning this much? It's too hot out here. They lock her up like in that episode of Always Sunny. Like they're throwing her in the brig.
I did tell Anthony because Anthony recently went on one. I was like,
I was
the one
surprised
thing
by
that put like just the perspective of how little we are is I went out there at night because I wanted to see, and just how dark it is out there. It's horrifying. You're seeing all these stories now about, because every movie person has to break down every film.
Yeah.
In reality, Titanic, when the lights went off the boat, it was pitch black out there. It wasn't really.
They did a pretty good job of showing you how dark it was.
Yeah, no, they
what were they gonna do? Show the last half hour of the film just pitch blackness?
Yeah, no,
and have them do
you're not gonna
voiceover?
like how movies are nowadays, where they drop the color down and it's.
Well, that's one of my things with Neil deGrasse Tyson and why he can be annoying. He's like, I called James Cameron because at that one shot when she's looking up at the stars in April of 1912 wouldn't have been like that. It's like. Shut up, Neil.
You think that was
shut up.
James Cameron's last, but seeing just how dark it is and how cold the water must be, it really like you don't think about it obviously because I'm not out
Chris,
on the ocean.
I think about it all the time.
Do you? Yeah.
I was a big Titanic guy.
Yeah.
I consistently think about what would happen if my ship sank. I'm not afraid I'm not afraid to ship. I'm not afraid to sail. Like I've been on boats. Like I don't.
I've never been on a sailboat before, or I've never gone deep sea fishing. I feel like I would get more sick out there.
I've been 4 hours out. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like
that's scarier to me.
Yeah.
How many of you were out there?
It was like a party boat full of people.
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't like me and a guy. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if like you and a few of your buddies went deep sea fishing.
No. But yeah, you're 4 hours out. But you're only out there for a couple hours. Like it's 4 hours
it's
out,
like
and then you're out there for
right?
like 4, and then
yeah.
you're back. It is like long on the boat, but yeah, it's fine. The Coast Guard get you in 20 minutes. They show ahead.
So you've been out there. So you.
No, I think I might only because you know me, I'm old and tired, and I'm thinking a cruise might limit what Megan makes me do. Because I don't mind walking to the end of the boat to go play a bocce or something. Yeah. But there's no we're gonna drive to the mountain today and go see the things. Like, no, we're staying right here. We're staying on this boat. And then if she wants to go on an excursion, yeah, I'll sit in the room. I'm sure they can hook up Netflix.
Well,
in the room.
that's what Jess said. Jess, like going with a group of people would be fun because you all can do whatever you want. And then if we have a dinner time, we just meet at dinner. But like if I wanted to go, if I did want to go on like a moped, like I wouldn't feel guilty like leaving Jess and Peyton behind. I would go with someone else and do that.
I'm actually, dude. Now I'm thinking, because I bought the button down, like short sleeve button down shirts from when I was in Alabama, and Steve, tell them how good I looked in those shirts. The button down, the short sleeve button downs I wore to dinner the first 2 nights in Alabama.
Oh yeah, nah, he was stopping.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Nick held it down.
And they're so comfy. And like, dude, that with
Are they like golf shirts or like what?
No, they're like Tony Soprano shirts.
Oh,
Like,
okay,
they're
I know what
like
you're
a
saying.
button,
Yeah, yep.
or like a Charlie Sheen from 2.5 Men, but like not bowling, like not bowling color.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
But that no undershirt, just like letting the stomach ride, sweating a little bit, sitting under the sun, having a couple of ranch waters,
Yep.
and then we gotta go to I gotta get up and go to lunch. That's fine. Then you shower, go to dinner, bed.
And it depends on who you do go with, because Jess wasn't judging me that I wanted dinner number 1 and then go to another dinner.
No, I'm
But no, I know.
I'm not eating for a week before that. I'm doubling down. I'm eating every meal. You know what I would probably skip is lunch, because I'm usually not a big breakfast guy, but if they're having like a big breakfast buffet, I want to stack up on that.
Yep.
Then
And
I'll
that's
spend
what-
my day doing activities to kind of burn it off. Maybe have like a little snack or something, like a little whatever, and then dinner, and then like 9 o'clock double dinner.
I did that. I did that. There was one that I did like pizza.
What was the best themed night?
I would say Caribbean, because of the options there, because it was
Like jerk chicken,
chicken,
rice,
a pork dish, shrimp.
plantains.
Yeah. The French night was good, and Jess surprised me, because she had escargot, and she's not a big fish person. She's like you, like she has.
Escargot is not fish.
Oh no, it's not. Well, snail. Sorry, yeah, no.
She's not a big bug person.
Yeah, no, not a big bug person. Yeah, no, she's just not an adventurous eater. So I was very shocked she did that. I didn't even like. I've had escargot before, but I'm like, that mixed with drinking, it's gonna be a little too rich.
I'm sure the food is of very good quality, but there are things where like, I don't want to have boat snails.
Yeah.
You know, there are some foods like I would have some fish on it because like you're in the water, you have some fish, but like things like that, or like what's the beef tartare? I'm like, I'm not having boat raw beef. Like,
Yeah,
I'll go to
no.
like the fanciest restaurant in the world where like I know that they're spending.
They had
every
Indian
second.
food there because that
doesn't agree with me.
the main cook there was from India, so there was a bar like just for Indian food, and I love Indian food. I usually will go to a restaurant, like Jess and I will go. I just didn't want to risk that with the Jack and Cokes and the pina colada. Like I just didn't want to kind of mix. I felt like, your basic fries, burgers, hot dogs that's where we would go. We would go at like 3.
Oh, they got dogs?
Yeah.
See, a quick like 1 o'clock snack dog.
Yep.
That'll do it.
Two hot dogs and some French fries, and
How
Peyton with some chicken tenders, and we were good.
And where'd you take it out of?
Bayonne.
Out of Bayonne. So it's probably a little chilly up here.
It was chilly up here. That Saturday wasn't that cold.
Right.
When we got back, and like the last night on the cruise, I didn't go swimming because I could always swim. I was in jeans and the sweater. Like it was cold out at night. We went inside to go to karaoke. They were showing movies out every night. They were showing Wonka.
Titanic.
Someone played the Titanic theme song, and some guy was like, "Don't you jinx it!" It was kind of funny. He was like, "Don't you play that?" Like,
like guys, it's very
you
different.
gotta know
if this boat hit an iceberg off the coast of Bermuda, like it's very.
But that
different.
boat was bigger than the Titanic. You look at like the different. I've seen that picture.
Yeah,
of the
and also
differential.
like as soon as you hit a thing, like 1,000 Bermudians would like be out there, like okay, come to paradise with us, like you're fine.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna sink.
But there was movie
stupid.
night. There was movie night. Like I said, there were cigars on the stars.
So how much more would it be to get like the bigger room? You think like add $500 onto that 2,000, or add like 1,000 onto that 2,000?
I think what did Jess did the math? Yeah, I think it came out to like an additional $300 per person. So I think like 2,600, and I think it'd be worth it.
Yeah, I would drop 20.
'Cause I'd wanna-
How many days did you go?
5.
5 days.
Yeah, easily. I would have dropped close to $3,000
Especially-
for 5 days.
especially-
600 a day, and you're
Especially
getting
that I
fed.
don't have to fly anywhere. I just got to
Nope.
drive to Bayonne.
And so I hate admitting this. I like flying. I hate everything the airport stands for.
That was our biggest pain in the ass.
And I know that's a big part of flying, but I'm now getting to the point where I hate the act of flying because of
it's a pain.
but it's also like I remember they would they would accommodate you more. Like there's no like I feel like you got to pay for everything on the plane, snacks and water. Now like there's no complimentary shit.
You get a little. You get you get a half cup of soda and a Biscoff.
Yeah, but between especially where we fly out of, I don't know, but between the attitudes everyone has, which I guess I can try to understand, the lack of preparation people who fly have, it bothers me. I don't know how you show up 40 minutes before your flight and are like all good with that.
The amount of people who fly and like get to security and like, oh, what do I need to take out? It's like it's the same thing, man.
Like it's
been the same rules for 20 years.
Nothing different.
Yeah.
And this is where I guess the boomer mentality for me comes in because I'm just like, I hate it. And that's what I was anticipating when we got to the cruise, right? We got in, we walked right up to the security. We didn't have to take our belt off, our shoes, nothing. Just put your bags there. They let Jess and Peyton walk through. We checked in. They had to take Peyton's picture because I guess the picture Jess uploaded wasn't good enough.
You need your passport for this?
Yes. But Jess's expired, so her birth certificate worked. And same with Peyton's.
She brought her birth certificate?
Yeah,
like a copy of her birth certificate? All right.
yeah.
She just brought her
copy of
actual
it.
one.
But passport. And then we just took an elevator up to our room. We were checked in. I was like, why can't airports be this easy? Because we had a 2:00 check-in, and they've been checking in since 8 in the morning, and then we leave at 5. So it's just so much.
The cruise is about the experience. The plane is about the journey. We're a bus.
We need to get you A to B. Yep.
Yeah, but listen, we had for a 10:00 flight out of Atlanta, we had to leave Birmingham at 5, go to the rent-a-car place, drop the rent-a-car off, then get on a bus from the rent-a-car place to the terminal, then go through security, then get on another shuttle in the main terminal to go to our specific terminal, and then we were like gate B4, so I'm like, oh, it'll be like one of the first ones. Nope, it's all so we were at like B20, and we had to walk all the way down to B4. And yeah, like
all of that before even getting.
So
in
it was
the air.
4 hours of that. Then it's 2 hours. Then it's an hour by the time they dock.
Mm-hmm.
You had to go get your bag. Then I had to take an Uber. So it's like I don't look forward to that. If I could literally, and I know this sounds like this is like rich guy shit, but if I could like just drive to an airport and like just get on a plane, because I don't really like flying, but it's also because so much of the other experience is anxiety inducing. That actually recently the calmest I've been is when the plane takes off, because usually I take Xanax. Now I'm like, fuck, I'm done with all that bullshit.
Yeah, I guess maybe that's what it is for me. It's just
dude,
the anxiety or the anger of like having to deal with just, I don't know, like when you're in, it's kind of like when you're even in line for like food, right? Like, and maybe it's a little bit different, but it's like, you got the basics here. Like, why are you sticking your head under the thing? Like,
by the way, I forgot how fucking good these cigars are.
Yeah.
It's so clean. God, he does a good job. But yeah, dude, like if imagine just like driving up, getting out of the car with your suitcase, walking upstairs onto an airplane, and then just sitting down. It's like, all right, we're good. Man, it must be nice to be fucking rich. But dude, that's such a level of rich. Because
even at some point, airports. My mom would say I could walk you to the gate.
Yeah.
We obviously know why all that changed, but I wonder, like, could you have just walked to your gate, given your ticket, and go? Back in the day, I don't know.
Dude, you could buy like a ticket at the airport, like right before a flight in cash. You're like, yeah, I want to go to, Fort Lauderdale. Here's $200, and they would just be like, oh, here's your ticket. Bye. It's crazy now. I'm going to Fort Lauderdale for a work meeting in next month already. I'm like, fuck, I gotta like do a thing.
Yeah.
But that's definitely easy. This one was a pain in the ass because
You had to fly and then drive 2 hours.
which I still preferred over the other option, which was either you had two other options because there was no direct flights from Newark to Birmingham. There was either a 3-hour layover in Charlotte
Oof.
and then on to Birmingham, but also Birmingham Airport is small. I'm not crazy about going into a smaller
Yeah.
airport. And they also had like no rental cars, especially for that weekend because of the big event. Or there was direct flight to Birmingham from LaGuardia, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Nope.
I'm more of a drive. Like I did not mind driving the 2 hours. Like that.
Yeah.
That was easy. Drive. I'm a good driver.
Especially
I like
with the
driving.
crew you went with.
Oh yeah,
it
we had a
was-
good
yeah.
time. But the same thing like when Megan wanted to go away over the summer, and I'm like, I want to go north, and I want it to be in some form of driving distance. I'm like, I don't want to have to fly anywhere.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm like, I already got to fly a lot for work. Like, I don't want to have to do it for anything else. And then I was double pissed because the only flights even going down to Atlanta are Delta, and I just spent all this fucking money on my United card, getting all these miles, and then I go to buy my Delta ticket, and it's like, oh, for only 10,000 miles, you can upgrade to first class. I'm like, well, I don't have that with you guys. I have that with United.
How was Delta? I've never.
Actually, I will say
I've never
Delta was very nice.
Yeah.
They
Is
all
Delta's
had screens.
is Delta's hub is in Atlanta, right? Or no?
Atlanta or Dallas?
Okay.
I think
All
it might
right.
be Dallas. But very nice. The plane, for some reason, and I don't know if it's a thing, no matter where I'm going, United or Delta, I feel like the plane back is always shittier than the plane where I'm going. And that might be something where like I always fly out early and I always fly home
Was it
later.
delayed coming back home or no?
No, it was delayed going down there, even though we had a 7 a.m. flight. There was a mechanical issue, which is always good to hear over the loudspeaker. Yeah, the plane's not working. Give us a minute. I'm like, take more than a minute. Take your time fixing it. Make sure it works. But they had the nice screens, and because like I said, I'm a little bit of a nervous flyer, so I download my podcast that I watch on my phone. I need a window seat so I can look at the window, and then I love a flight tracker. Give me a flight,
Yeah.
and this one had all the bells and whistles. I could see how many miles we have to go, how many miles we've traveled, how much time is left, what our altitude was, what our speed was. It had one view that was like a pilot's view with like the thing and like the artificial
That's
horizon.
cool.
And I sent it to Warren, and I'm like, I'm keeping us in the air, man. I'm taking care of it.
Did you sit next to anyone
No,
that you went with?
They were on the back.
They all-
I paid the extra $40 to get like a little bit,
Row eight,
not even
yeah.
economy plus, just like a little bit of a more front seat.
How was Derek on the trip?
Derek was great.
Yeah.
Derek's an animal, dude. He was
Yeah.
great. He was really good with the customers too at the event.
Oh, you could
Really good. He was like there'd be like a mom, dad, and like a kid walking by. He's like, "Want some cigars, Dad?" And he'd be like, "Oh no, I'm good." He's like, "I got you. The wife's here, right?" Like he was crushing it. I threw out a couple of I would see like a really old guy, like a super old guy. I threw out a couple of "Hey, some cigars, young man."
Oh yeah.
Like, "Oh, you."
They love hearing that.
Dude, Birmingham is actually I would recommend going to Birmingham. Really nice town.
Yeah.
Really,
Steve was
really
telling
nice
me a little
town.
bit about it, about how the museum was in the middle of the track.
Oh, if you're any kind of auto or motorcycle person, going for just a museum, I mean, you can easily spend 2 days in that museum, and then you could probably do some kind of driving experience around. It's a full racetrack. It's a full
Yeah.
F1 worthy racetrack that they obviously do a lot of bikes on.
Was
but
it
they also
hot
have
down there
cars.
too?
It got hot Saturday, but not hot like you would think.
The humidity was probably
Yeah,
just.
but it was the humidity wasn't even that bad
Oh,
because
okay.
it was mid-October, but we were just coming back from 70 in New
Yeah.
Jersey, and then on Saturday down there it was 81, and the sun down there is different. Like that song by what's his name, something in the orange. Is it Zach Bryan? The one that's dating the girl from Barstool.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, this country song. The sun is bright orange. It looked like I was on Tatooine. It was a very
Yeah.
different kind of sun. But the people were super nice. Every Uber driver we had was showing us around.
That's awesome.
Was like, oh, you should really check out this place and this place and this.
Where's
place.
the University of Alabama? Is that Tuscaloosa? Okay.
Yeah. I think they won and they had it on the screen. We were at the Triumph motorcycle, the Triumph section. Triumphs are beautiful, by the way. I am not a motorcycle guy, but if tomorrow I decided to buy one, I would buy a Triumph.
yeah.
They were gorgeous. and all the guys from Triumph were super nice. But they had a screen up because they were doing like presentations. They were like announcing new bikes. We got to see 2 bikes that were released for like Call of Duty. That was really cool.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
But then on Saturday during the day, they had like a morning presentation, and that screen was exclusively college football for the rest of the day.
Oh, that's
And Alabama, I think, was playing USC, but South Carolina.
yeah.
And then like barely beat. It was like they won like 23-20 or something like that.
Because like the week
Super
before they
close.
lost to Vanderbilt, and you're like,
Yeah,
oh.
yeah. And I think Georgia won, so Brad was happy. I think Georgia won, or they were playing later on in the day where it didn't matter. Brad did introduce me to a new drink. It's actually a very basic drink, but like it's called Ranch Water. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
It's tequila Blanco, like a Casamigos Blanco,
Mm-hmm.
club soda, extra lime juice, and 2 limes. But for some reason, and you know me and club soda,
Yeah.
my nemesis.
Yeah.
With the lime juice, it goes down. It's
Does it
super
taste like a
easy.
Sprite or
No, it's not like that kind of sweet. It's just like nice. It's just like, it's nice. It's refreshing.
especially when it's hot out. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Did you taste the tequila?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Especially when we got to know the people at the event, like they
knew,
were
yeah.
taking care of us. No, but I highly Birmingham. I've been to a lot of the South. Birmingham was not what I was expecting. Very new, like hip city, like new, not like Atlanta new, where like all the buildings are new because it got destroyed in 1864. But they did a great job of taking the old buildings and modernizing them. Like our hotel was like a really old, it must have been like the first National Bank of Alabama at one point. This big, tall, like square, turn of the century building, marble floors. Everything was like sculpted, sculptures, but they made it to this super nice hotel. It was called the Elcott. I think it was called the Elcott. Elliton, Birmingham. I'll show you a picture of it. Hold on, I'm on there. I have their Instagram right now. Where's a picture?
Where's
it? So like this is like the front.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, listen, when you're riding with Brad, you're not staying at the
Is University
Hampton Inn and Suites. So
That
you see,
looks
it's
cool.
like an old. It was like like these old buildings that they did a really nice job.
Is University of
modernizing.
Auburn in?
I
Is
don't
that
know.
Alabama?
No, so there is a UAB Birmingham.
Yes.
So it's
yeah.
University of, and you know who the coach is?
Who?
Trent
Green?
something-
Dilfer?
Dilfer, yeah.
I didn't know he was coaching college ball.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I asked Derek that question. I'm like, oh, you know who the coach of Alabama Birmingham is? It's like Trent Dilfer. I'm like, how the hell did you know that? I'm like, you don't even follow college football.
No.
But no, Tuscaloosa, Birmingham gets, and then we got to see. I took them for their first. No one believed me about Buc-ee's. No one believed me. They thought I was lying. They're like, there's no way.
So, Jess went to her first Buc-ee's 2 years ago. And she was willing to, like, leave Disney. And if you know her, you know this is big. To go to Buc-ee's. Like, to go... Because she was obsessed, I think, with their pulled pork, like, breakfast wrap. They had... It's like a miniature
Steve
size...
had like 9 of them.
It's... yeah, I could see that. I could see him having
A couple of
9
yogurts. He was
Yep.
wolfing it down. He's having a good time.
They have everything there. I saw Warren's like tumbler or like coffee to go coffee mug.
Dude, I got on the last day there. Me and Derek went back to just get stuff for like our families, whenever. I got a hoodie, 2 T-shirts, 2 small tumblers, and 2 tins of Skull Mint pouches. It was like $80
for 2 hoodies, 2 shirts.
Yeah.
Wow.
And well, here's the thing, and I figured this out. I talked about it with Brad. It's all factory direct. They go to the factory that makes like Champion hoodies, and they're like, we want the same hoodies, but we don't want Champion. We're just gonna put our Buc-ee's logo on it. So they're paying the same as like Champion, or they'll go to the factory that makes Kind bars, or the factory that makes Jack Links, and they're like, we want that. Or actually, their jerky they might do in house. So actually, that might be their own thing. But they'll go to the Kind bar factory. Like, all right, we want the same bars, but we're not going to call them Kind bars. We're just going to call them Buc-ee's bars. And then so they're paying the same as Kind, but they don't need to then pass that off to another retailer. Then they're selling direct. So their margins must be huge.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, they were paying a general manager. Because they have it listed there outside. They have like their salaries for openings. a general manager of one Buc-ee's is making $225,000 a year. Of one Buc-ee's.
Wow.
3 weeks vacation, benefits, the whole nine. And then their hourly rates for people are like $35-$40 an hour. It's crazy. The only issue if they end up bringing one into New Jersey is they have to pay for gas station attendance, which we did the math yesterday. Could be as much as $3 million a year to that location. But do you
know why Jersey and Oregon, or maybe it's now just Jersey, it's like the only state that has gas attendants?
I'm fine with it. I don't know why, but I'm cool. I'm
okay, I didn't know if you knew that because
No.
I feel like okay.
At this point, you can't not have it.
Yeah.
People in this
that's-
office wouldn't know what to do.
I guess that's another thing that triggers me is how long they take to do it. But I guess I just gotta chill.
How long an attendant takes to do
Yeah,
it?
yeah, especially when it's cold out.
Well,
like I'm just kind of like.
What annoys me a lot about the New Jersey rule is that it's illegal to pump your own.
It is.
So if they have a Buc-ee's, which can sometimes have 30 or 40 pumps, are you going to constantly hire 30 or 40 people? Because otherwise, you could only have as many cars in there as there are people, not as many as there are pumps.
Yeah.
So I wish they would make it like,
have one in upstate New York.
yeah,
or something.
set it the same way that you set gas stations up in other, like, you can't use the pump unless you pay, so don't worry about people stealing.
Yeah.
But then have a couple of guys there for pumps for people who don't know how to pump their own gas, but for other people, I'm okay pumping my own gas. Also, I found out by reading online, they do not allow trucks, 18-wheelers are not allowed at Buc-ee's. They say they can't accommodate it in our parking lot.
Yeah. No, that
So
makes so much sense.
Yeah, that's why you'll never see. So what they'll do is there's usually another gas station for trucks across the street. The guys will park there and then go to Buc-ee's.
Okay, yeah. No, that makes sense because when 18-wheelers go into a big gas station when you're on a road trip, yeah, they could easily just
you kill the whole,
you're
you
killing
kill the whole
business.
vibe. You kill the whole vibe.
You're killing business for sure.
All right. Well, welcome back. Glad you're back.
Thank you.
This cigar was excellent. Always excellent. Please, we have them back on the website now, the HVC Pan Caliente. A lot of stuff coming up, guys. A lot of cool releases. Some big collaborations. Make sure to check out JR Revival 70s, selling like hotcakes. No pun intended. Check out our HVC Pan Caliente Habano bundle, mixed filler. One of the best mixed fill cigars you're ever going to smoke. Check out all the great content the guys have been doing for social media and for YouTube. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And as always, keep it lit. There he is.